Hello, colleagues. Hello, nurses. My name is Stephen DiDonato. I'm a professor at the Jefferson College of Nursing. And in collaboration with Michelle Conley, we are going to be engaging in a research study to understand what your experiences were like as new to practice nurses starting at Jefferson during the COVID-19 pandemic. We're going to be doing what's called a photo-elicitation study. And we're going to be engaging with new to practice nurses who started their careers as nurses between March of 2020 and February of 2021. And nurses at either Frankfurt, Torresdale, or Bucks Hospital Jefferson campuses. This research, again, is called a photo-elicitation study. And what that is where research participants get to take photos of things in their lives. And this could be for you at work, within your community, or it could be at home. And the photos help to tell a story for you of what it was like, what your experiences were during your new to practice nurse time during the COVID-19 pandemic. And what photo-elicitation allows us to do is take those photos, and then you will sit down with a team member from our research team, and you'll engage in a brief, about 30-minute interview with a few questions that will really guide you in a dialogue with our research team members about why you chose that photo. What does that tell us about your experiences? You can use your iPhone, your Android phone, whatever smartphone you have, or you could use something else to take those photos. There's nothing else you need to do at first. You'll bring those photos when you meet with a research team member. And during that time, we'll engage in that interview. You received this information, this video, from a recruitment flyer that Michelle Conley dispersed across your floors. On that recruitment flyer, there's a QR code, again, for this video. That recruitment flyer describes our study a little bit more. That recruitment flyer also has a QR code for a Sign Up Genius. And that Sign Up Genius software will give you an opportunity to choose a time slot that you would like to meet with our research team to conduct an interview and talk about your photos. This can be during your shift, and Michelle has graciously ensured that you will have some time during your shift to be relieved from your floor. This could happen at your hospital during your shift. You can also choose to do this before your shift, after your shifts, or on a day off at your hospital or at one of the other 3 hospitals in the Northeast. Again, we're using Frankfurt, Torresdale, or Bucks. Let me talk a little bit about how to take photos. You obviously know how to take a photograph. We want to make sure that your safety and our community, patients, and others' privacy is protected. Please make sure that wherever you're taking photos, inside, outside, that's a place where you feel safe and comfortable. Please do not put yourself in any risk, even if it helps you to tell a story that is unnecessary, or any risk that is unnecessary, just to take a photo. We really want your voice, we want your story, but most of all, we want you to be safe. We also cannot take pictures of any patients' faces, or pictures in the hospital with patients in it. Please make sure that no patients are in your photos at all. In the community, at your home, we ask that you ask permission if you want to be in a picture with somebody, if somebody else is helping to tell the story, if you take a picture of somebody else. We try to eliminate faces, right, to protect their privacy. These photos are really important. They help to tell a story. The photos, you're going to bring 3 or 4 photos that you think help to tell your story the best to the interview process that you sign up for. Those photos you are then going to hand over, you're going to send them through our research team to myself, which will be stored on a private drive. And we will have access to those photos. We will never link your name to those photos. They will not be identified as your photos. But we want to be able to use those photos in publication. We want to be able to use those photos in presentations, professional presentations, presentations maybe to leadership, because one of the goals of this is that we use your voice to provide some information to leadership about how to better support new to practice nurses. You're not consenting to anything today. You're beginning your process. By informally consenting that you want to begin the process, that's when you can begin you're taking the photos. When you meet with our research team in another week or whenever you sign up, we'll go through an informed consent with you, ensure you truly understand all of the potential benefits, risks, and research procedures, specifically about how we audio record the interview with you. And at that time, you'll have the opportunity to say yes or no to being in that part of the research study. You also always have the opportunity to say, I don't want my photos shared. So when you bring your photos to our interview, you have the opportunity to say, you know what, I brought 4 photos, but I don't really want this one shared. So we won't even talk about that one photo probably. If we decide to talk about it, we won't use that photo. The other thing you have the opportunity to do is say, I don't want any of my photos shared in any publications or anything else. And we just won't share your photos. We'll have your voice, we'll have your information, we'll have great information from you about your experiences. We just won't be able to match it to a photo, which is really the most powerful thing about a photo elicitation study. We're using photos to elicit your powerful story. If you have any questions, Michelle Conley's information is on the recruitment flyer. She can always get you in contact with me. We truly appreciate your willingness to engage in this process with us. We really think that your voice will help to drive some steps around how do we better support new to practice nurses. So thank you very much. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to our team.